The WWE Universe just lost their collective minds because Dolph Ziggler is back and he just went head-to-head with Solo Sikoa, and the last time is now tournament on Monday Night Raw in a match that nobody expected but everyone needed to see. Make sure you smash that subscribe button right now because you won't believe what went down in this incredible return. Dolph Ziggler's music hit the arena and the place absolutely erupted because nobody knew he was even in the building tonight. The show-off has been away from WWE television for a while and speculation had been running wild about when or if he would ever return to the squared circle. All those questions got answered the moment his entrance theme blasted through the speakers and he walked out onto that stage with the same swagger and confidence that made him a fan favorite for over a decade. The crowd was on their feet screaming his name as he made his way down the ramp, clearly feeding off their energy and looking ready for war. The last time is now tournament has been delivering shocking moments week after week, and this was another bombshell that sent shockwaves through the entire wrestling world. Tournament brackets had been released and people were already making predictions about who would advance, but nobody had Dolph Ziggler on their cards because his return was kept completely under wraps. WWE managed to keep this secret locked down tight and the payoff was worth it based on the reaction inside that arena. Fans were jumping up and down, holding their signs high, and chanting his name so loud that the commentary team could barely be heard over the noise. Solo Sikoa walked out next, and the contrast between these two competitors could not have been more stark. Solo represents the new generation of WWE superstars, a powerhouse enforcer who has made his mark through dominance and brutality. He's been aligned with his family and has taken out some of the biggest names in the business without breaking a sweat. His intimidating presence and no-nonsense attitude have made him one of the most feared wrestlers on the entire roster. When he stepped into that ring, his eyes were locked on Ziggler with laser focus, showing zero concern about who was standing across from him. The bell rang and both men circled each other cautiously because they knew this tournament match meant everything. Lose and you go home, win and you advance one step closer to tournament glory and all the opportunities that come with it. Ziggler moved with the quickness and agility that's defined his entire career, bouncing on his toes and looking for openings to exploit. Solo stood firm like an immovable object, waiting for the right moment to unleash his power and put Ziggler down for good. The size difference was obvious, but Ziggler has made a career out of overcoming bigger opponents through speed and intelligence. They locked up in the center of the ring and Solo immediately used his strength advantage to shove Ziggler backward into the corner. The referee called for a break and Solo backed off slowly, maintaining eye contact the entire time to send a message about who was in control. Ziggler shook it off and came right back, trying a different approach by targeting Solo's legs with quick kicks designed to chop down the bigger man. Solo absorbed the strikes and caught one of Ziggler's legs, spinning him around and delivering a massive clothesline that turned Ziggler inside out. The impact echoed throughout the arena and Ziggler crashed hard to the mat. Solo went on the offensive, picking Ziggler up and throwing him into the ropes before catching him with a devastating Samoan drop that shook the ring. He went for an early cover, but Ziggler kicked out at 2, showing the resilience and toughness that's kept him relevant in WWE for so many years. Solo didn't waste time arguing with the referee, instead pulling Ziggler up by his hair and setting up for another big move. He whipped Ziggler into the corner with tremendous force and Ziggler's back hit the turnbuckles hard, causing him to stumble forward right into a massive headbutt that dropped him again. The WWE Universe was solidly behind Ziggler, clapping and stomping to build momentum and give him energy to fight back against the onslaught. Solo dragged Ziggler to his feet and set him up for a suplex, lifting him high into the air and holding him there to demonstrate his raw power. Ziggler managed to shift his weight and slip out behind Solo, landing on his feet and immediately hitting the ropes to build speed. He came back with a dropkick to Solo's knee that finally brought the big man down to one knee, creating an opening for Ziggler to start his comeback. Ziggler unleashed a flurry of strikes, mixing punches and elbows that rocked Solo backward. He hit the ropes again and came flying in with a jumping DDT that spiked Solo's head into the canvas. The crowd exploded as Ziggler rolled Solo over for a pin attempt, but Solo powered out at 1, literally pressing Ziggler off of him and sending him flying through the air. Ziggler landed on his feet and immediately charged back in, refusing to give Solo any breathing room or time to recover. He knew his window of opportunity was small and he had to capitalize while Solo was still stunned. Ziggler climbed to the top rope, taking a risk that could either pay off huge or backfire completely. The crowd was cheering him on as he steadied himself on the top turnbuckle, measuring Solo, who was slowly getting to his feet. Ziggler leaped off with a missile dropkick that connected perfectly, sending Solo crashing backward into the corner. Ziggler was feeling it now, feeding off the energy and building momentum with every move. He charged at Solo in the corner and hit a splash, then grabbed him and attempted to set up for his finishing move. Solo had other plans though, using his power to shove Ziggler away before he could execute the zigzag. Ziggler stumbled but caught himself on the ropes, turning around just in time to see Solo charging at him like a freight train. Ziggler pulled down the top rope and Solo's momentum carried him tumbling to the outside of the ring. The crash landing looked brutal and gave Ziggler a moment to catch his breath and regroup. The referee started his count as Solo laid on the arena floor, clearly hurt from the fall but already starting to stir. Ziggler wasn't about to wait for Solo to recover on his own terms. He slid out of the ring and immediately went after Solo, grabbing him and slamming his head into the announce table. The commentators scattered as Ziggler used the environment to his advantage, something he's always been smart about throughout his career. He rolled Solo back into the ring and followed quickly, not wanting to risk a countout. Ziggler went for another cover but again Solo kicked out, this time at 2.5, and you could see the frustration starting to creep onto Ziggler's face. Ziggler backed into the corner and started tuning up the band, preparing for sweet chin music as the crowd chanted along with every stomp of his foot. Solo pulled himself up using the ropes and turned around right into Ziggler's strike zone. Ziggler super kicked him square in the jaw and Solo's head snapped back violently. He teetered on his feet but somehow didn't go down, standing there on shaky legs as Ziggler looked on in disbelief. Ziggler hit the ropes and came back with another super kick, this one finally dropping Solo to his knees. Ziggler quickly hooked him for the zigzag and drove him face first into the mat. The crowd was losing their minds as Ziggler made the cover, hooking both legs and the referee sliding into position. The count started and everyone in the building was counting along. 1, 2, and Solo somehow managed to get his shoulder up just before the 3 count. Ziggler couldn't believe it and neither could anyone watching. He sat there for a moment, hands on his head, trying to figure out what else he needed to do to put Solo away. The show-off has been in countless big matches throughout his career but this tournament setting added extra pressure to every decision. Both men were exhausted now, laying on the mat and trying to gather strength for the final push. The referee checked on both competitors to make sure they could continue and they both signaled they were ready to keep fighting. Ziggler got to his feet first, stalking Solo and waiting for him to rise. Solo used the ropes to pull himself up and Ziggler charged in, but Solo caught him with a surprise super kick of his own that came out of nowhere. Ziggler dropped like he'd been shot and Solo fell on top of him for the cover. The referee counted but Ziggler kicked out at 2, showing incredible heart and determination. Solo signaled for his finisher, setting up for the spinning Solo that has put away so many opponents. He grabbed Ziggler and lifted him up, spinning him around with tremendous force. Ziggler went crashing down and Solo immediately covered him, hooking the leg tight. The referee's hand hit the mat once, then twice, then 3 times and it was over. Solo Sikoa had defeated Dolph Ziggler and advanced in the last time is now tournament. The crowd was stunned into silence for a moment before giving both men a standing ovation for the incredible effort they just witnessed. Solo's music played as he slowly got to his feet, his hand raised in victory by the referee. He had survived Ziggler's return and proven why he's considered one of the most dangerous competitors in WWE. Solo climbed the turnbuckle and raised his arms, showing no emotion but clearly satisfied with the win. Meanwhile Ziggler rolled out of the ring, disappointed in the loss but having given everything he had in his return match. The fans chanted his name as he walked up the ramp, acknowledging them with a wave before disappearing backstage. This match showed that even though Ziggler has been away, he hasn't lost a single step and can still compete at the highest level. His return was everything fans hoped it would be, delivering excitement and drama from start to finish. Solo's victory keeps him moving forward in the tournament where even tougher challenges await. The last time is now tournament continues to deliver must-see action every single week and tonight was another perfect example of why this tournament has captured everyone's attention. Make sure you subscribe to catch every single moment as this tournament progresses and we find out who will ultimately stand tall as the winner.